does this mean for US relations for these countries, and what options are available now to the Palestinian president? Here's more from our Middle East correspondent, Michael Pluchok.
It's a trip that has already been postponed twice, but now U.S. Vice President Mike Pence will travel to the Middle East after all. He will arrive in the region for 4 days, starting January 20th. He'll first meet Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, then with Jordan's King Abdallah II in Amman the following day, a meeting that was not on his original itinerary. This amid heightened tensions between the U.S. and Arab countries over Washington's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Egypt was the country that drafted the United Nations resolution urging Washington to backtrack the Jerusalem announcement. But a recent expose in the New York Times, denied by the Egyptians, suggests the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is supportive of the announcement despite public Egyptian commentary. And the Hashemite King of Jordan has been especially vocal on the topic, on Saturday hosting officials from 6 Arab countries to discuss potential responses to the Jerusalem announcement.
Just as there was a decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, we will now work to achieve an international decision recognizing the Palestinian state as the 1967 border with Jerusalem as its capital.
Finally, the Vice President will spend his last 2 days meeting the Prime Minister and President of Israel in Jerusalem. This trip was originally supposed to include meeting Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas as well. But after Washington's Jerusalem announcement, Abbas pulled out. U.S. efforts to push for a peace deal have now been at least temporarily derailed, with Abbas warning he will no longer accept any peace plan proposed by Washington. Instead, Abbas is now seeking avenues for unilateral recognition of Palestinian statehood. On Monday, in a meeting with the Norwegian foreign minister in Ramallah, Abbas called for a bigger European role in the Middle East process.
I'm going on to Washington tomorrow morning and having talks also on the American side, and I bring impressions with me both from the Israeli and Palestinian side here.
While Pence will be in Israel, Abbas will be meeting EU foreign ministers in Brussels. He will likely urge them to recognize a Palestinian state. However, for Palestine to be granted full statehood at the UN chambers, such a motion would have to pass a Security Council vote, which the U.S. will likely veto off the bat, nulling all the process leading up to it. And that's one serious issue no European leader will be able to solve for the Palestinian president. Michael Pluchok, i24 News.
Meanwhile, President Donald Trump says